See, as well as the dollar seems to be going down recently, and commodities like silver and gold are just going up, 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 and up. But welcome everybody to Crypto Angles podcast number 66, I think it is. My name is Kelita Sahliah. If you're new, if you're not, then welcome. Over here, we combine astrology of the sky with the crypto market. So there are different placements compared to mainstream Western astrology because we're following the sun, moon, and stars that we see every day. So if you are new, what I usually go over is some Gematria connections that's happening on the world stage and how that's impacting the crypto markets. Then we look at the astrological story of this cycle to see how it could be playing a role in the markets as well. And then we'll take a look at the technical analysis for Bitcoin, XRP, and the DXY. So this video is going to be super quick because I actually already done the video and I streamed it from StreamYard onto YouTube. But for some reason, it was working. The sound was good while I was streaming it. But when it was just left on YouTube, the sound disappeared. So we are going to do this super quick. There's no Gematria connections this video. There will be some in the last video. I know I've been away for a while. I had a mental breakdown, but I'm okay. I'm back now. So I'm just doing this quick video because I technically already done it. But we're going to backdate some of the things that's happened on the world stage in our next video. Okay, so we're going to be looking at Labour Party, them winning over here in the UK, as well as Trump's attempted assassination. I was about to say assassination, and of course the Olympics, because all of them things and more have played a role in crypto, and we'll look to see how it moved the market as well. So stay tuned for that video. But let's get into this one. So we're here, we are August the 18th right now, and we're getting our full moons. If you don't know, the moons play a major role when it comes to the crypto markets. When it's a full moon, price likes to find its local support. When it's a new moon, price likes to find its local resistance. So of course we are in the support zone, and the moon energy usually lasts 5 days before and 5 days after. So obviously we're here now, and 5 days after is giving us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically till Saturn's day. Yeah, so for the rest of this cycle, keep in mind price will be finding its support if it hasn't already. It could do it at any moment when it's ready. So we'll check that out in the technical analysis. But that is the main thing I want to bring your awareness to. We are still in Mercury retrograde, and the full moons during Mercury retrograde was something that popped up in my Leave the World Behind video, as that was a hidden code in there as a time to be paying attention to. Now in my head I'm thinking, oh, maybe them times that's where crypto is going to just explode and things of that nature, but it's obviously doing its own thing. But it's definitely bringing my attention and awareness to it. All right, so yeah, that's the main thing I really want to focus on. We're getting fortune moving into Aries, so front house, people are going to see changes or noticeable things front house, okay, and fortunate things, and it's going to be seen first house, and so on. These won't really impact the crypto market, but that's basically it. During Mercury retrogrades, we do often get downward momentum, and of course, because we are finding our support anyway, I am anticipating more downward momentum for this cycle, or at least securing its support. So let's just take a look at the technical analysis. Shall we go to Bitcoin, the bit of coin? Also, I really do want to start streaming, going live and streaming it. And once I figure it out to the point the sound doesn't disappear, you lot can ask me what cryptos you'd like me to look at, and we can do it together there and then. So let me know if you'd like to do that. But anyway, let's look at Bitcoin's TA. Something I pointed out in my live stream was this. Let's just zoom out so you can see it. There we go. So obviously Bitcoin is just making lower lows. So it is showing a sign of weakness, to be honest. And what I would like to see is if this area will be our support when the moon comes in, or will it go lower? I'm not gonna lie, right now it does look like it's could potentially get rejected from this zone. And like I says, my mentor Waters Above, he's gone like into deep detail of the retrogrades, and something we've noticed is that price, it may go down in the retrograde, then oftentimes when Mercury retrograde is over, as we station direct here, and as we'll go into our new moon energy where price wants to find its resistance, oftentimes price recovers after Mercury retrograde. So keep that in mind. Like on the monthly, I don't know whether we'll get just a candle wick. Like I mentioned this as well before. Reason being is because of this chart right here. So again, this is from Waters Above. Do check out his channel. It's so cool. I'm gonna say, well, for XRP definitely did well in July. Not so much Bitcoin, but there was some movement. We did have a wick, but then obviously we are in a presidential election year. So could we in August get a surge near the end, or a lot of volatility? We'll see. We'll see. Or are we not following this at all? Are we creating a whole different cycle? But just like what I mentioned with July, I says I feel that we'll get a wick. I did assume for Bitcoin we'll have more more of an upward candle, at least probably here, or getting close to the highs. But it didn't. It did get close to it, but then it was brought back down. So we were getting a bit of indecision in the market there. And then obviously as August started, we've just had downward momentum. And we are still going down, but we were brought up again quite quickly. So my question is, will all of this potentially just be a wick? And could we get like an upward body candle? We'll have to wait and see, I guess. We'll have to wait and see. But something I did want to bring your awareness to is just this line that it's following. It's quite interesting because it brings us basically to December, the 1st of December. Now, will Bitcoin come this low? I don't know. I, I, I don't know. Only if they're gonna do like a black swan event. But I know someone commented on one of my videos, or like, you shouldn't trade squiggles, because I says I'm gonna keep this squiggly line here just to see how price responds. And it's not dipped as low, but it's definitely got close to this parallel channel. And me personally, I feel um a touch or even a candle on this parallel channel would be healthy for Bitcoin. So I'm not ruling that out. So keep that in mind. And as well, this lead into December, I want to bring your awareness to December. Let's go on the calendar. So yeah, December the 1st, it's within the Mercury retrograde again, because it stations direct there. Oh, that's my belly if you can hear it. And it stations retrograde at the end of November. So we're still it's that same theme, just like the Mercury retrogrades during full moons during Mercury retrograde. Are the children coming back now? Oh no, that's not them. So I just found that interesting that price happened to align up to there. So it's like, could we get some action in August? But then could we get one last deep correction going into the end of the year? And then in quarter 4, we get a big movement. Could that be a possibility? Because sometimes in quarter 4 it is very, very volatile. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, that's something I did point out. I'll be content with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, because you know how the market makers like to play with people's emotions. They could easily push this up to a certain high, get people excited, get them investing into it, and then they pull it down one last time, and then they're just fed up. And then for Christmas, just like that, creepy XRP poster thing with that frog and they're sat by a Christmas tree. That is it, Mr. Pool. I've not seen that stuff in years, but when I've like my beginning stages of crypto, I was watching a lot of them things. But it's like, could it be a lovely Christmas? Like, I'd be content to still dollar cost average for the rest of this year. I'll be more than happy to do that. So I am not in no rush. I'm not in no rush. I just see the markets presenting more opportunities. So that's basically Bitcoin, what I did want to show you. But just looking more on the daily, it's sat at an interesting zone, but still we're creating these tiny lower highs. So it is going to be interesting to see how this candle closes today and what happens when the next one opens. Because of course, bear in mind, we want to find our support. Price wants to find its clear support. We were resisted here, so it wants to find its support. Will it happen here or will it pull down? Or even because sometimes the moon can come in and then price will still go lower. That has happened at times, but I'm not gonna lie, just as it kind of wicked down to this line, getting a bit closer to the blue parallel line, I do feel Bitcoin coming to this point at minimum would be a very healthy pullback and structure for its support. I also want to show you this amazing thing. Oh, my baby girl is back. she's back. Okay. Well, she's my niece, but you know, they're all my babies. So I want to show you this massive pattern. It's massive, and as you can see, I'm going to get rid of the moons for now. On our next video, we'll see how the full moon comes in. I've already put that red line there, but just look at this. So forgive me for being late. I anticipate to get back to my regular stuff soon. I just had to sort out my head and I'm still sorting it out. But look at this massive cup and handle. Like it's undeniable that that's like a cup and handle, because it clearly is a cup and handle. So this is, how long is this? Since 2021 to 2024. This is a big structure, and again, this is why I've got that parallel channel, as we were trading within it for quite some time, and then it became our resistance, no, our support, sorry. Oh, mini confirmation burp. So that's why I'm saying, as we retested it here as our support, having another retest on a higher level between this zone, I feel will be super healthy. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin goes down to 48 or so on. Yeah, and I find it interesting. We do have people saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to $100 or it's going to go to $1 or something like that. And then, oh my gosh, I saw the moon. Yeah. Sorry, side note, I have to say, ADHD brain. I saw the moon and there was something behind the moon, and I've seen it before. I recorded it twice. I recorded it the first time. I was like, I'm not going crazy. And then I recorded it 2 nights ago with my brother. And we all saw it. We're like, nah, there's something there. And it literally looked like it was sucking or feeding off of the moon. Like, no gas, no gas. Anyway, what was I saying? Bitcoin. Yeah, people are saying it's gonna go low or something during a blackout and so on and so on. I just don't know. I feel blackouts can happen with what's going on in the world, as like a new threat, like data wise or technology wise. I do feel something is going to happen and also needs to happen in order for them to implement all of the legislations they've been working so hard on doing in the background now. So something major will have to happen, of course, but I just don't feel it will be now. I don't feel it will be now. I feel, if anything, it's like when crypto's at its all-time highs, when it's pumping more, where they're just trying to get more people into it when it's at the very, very highs, you know. creating FUD, and then not FUD, the other one, you know what I mean? And then it just blacks out. Maybe people, like, if you take too long to get out, get a bit too greedy. That's one thing I need to learn. So I need to, yeah. But getting too greedy, staying in the market for longer than you need, and then all of a sudden this blackout or these technical issues, and then it just causes so much commotion that the legislations need to come in and need to be enforced. So that's what I'm feeling. And I just kind of feel for people who are just like, oh, it's going to go down to zero, there's no point touching crypto, blah blah. Just make the most of it and get out when you can. Keep it in a secure place, because even if you've got your stuff on your ledger, that's not going, if blackouts happened and you just simply don't use your ledger because you don't need to touch it, just leave it on there, then it will be all right by the time you start it again. It may be different when it comes to exchanges. They could be wiped out, I don't know, but definitely just on the ledger, I feel it will be fine. Just don't use any apps while the world is going crazy. Just close the ledger and don't touch it. But yeah, that's basically what I am seeing for Bitcoin. Just take a quick look at the RSI. So the RSI here on, oh, that's the W time frame. Oh, that's interesting. I'm wondering if we're going to get rejected on this level, but I want to focus on the daily. So, um, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it responds to this level. Obviously, we went down quite low. We were oversold there. At what point? What point is that? Okay, here. So when we wicked down to 49, we were clearly oversold. So that's why we brought up quite quickly. And then price is hovering there. And I don't know, I just feel price may want to explore this further, filling out a whole wick, filling out the wick, like giving a body candle instead of just a wick, to confirm that as support, that 48 to 49K. And I feel personally that would be a good structural support for continuation, and on worser levels we may dip. We may actually do this whole squiggle. I also feel though, it would be good because these luminary moving averages would then become prices support. Let's take a look at the MACD. Is showing a bit of buying pressure though, which is good. That's good. So price may just have its support here. It may do that for a while, and then when it kind of slows down, it may fill out the gap and then continue, or we just have our solid support here and then it continues on. We don't know. We just have to wait and see. Just take a quick look at the moving averages and we'll jump onto XRP. See, on the daily, we're underneath the 50 and the 200, but we are being supported by the 8, which is giving us a little support, so that's good. But the fact that the 200, this green line, has passed the 50 is probably not the best sign. And so I feel there's definitely relief happening from the downward momentum it's had, but it's just not looking super strong right now, to be honest. And with the EMA ribbons as well, we're being supported by just the yellow. Oh no, but we are being supported by the 200 on this one. Let's get rid of this one so it's not confusing. We are being slightly, barely, oh gosh, barely supported by it, but we are being supported by the 200. So that is showing a little sign of strength. And the yellow one, but we're still underneath 2 of them. So yeah, I feel if anything, it's maybe a slow cycle, and yeah, it may just be slow. Price really just, it needs to find its support. Again, confirmation, but a mini confirmation, but on the 4 hour, you can tell we're just getting weaker and weaker, essentially. We're underneath the luminary moving averages. We're underneath the 200, but we are being supported there, but we're underneath all of these, which could drop us down. The RSI, definitely a bit more room to hover where it is. to try and figure out what it's doing here. It's either going to get rejected or pushed up from this point. Is one or the other, but it does seem a bit more to the downside. So I won't be surprised if it's more of a stable, steady, not much movement cycle, or some downward momentum. I don't know. But like the DXY, usually I'll check the DXY to see how price could be correlating. But the DXY, like crypto as well, has also been going down, and the dollar has actually been a bit weak. So it doesn't seem to be in full alignment right now. And I feel that's because there's so much going on in the world that there's so much going on in the world. People are taking the trust out of the dollar because they're just on their foolishness anyway. And like crypto is still uncertain technically. So it's like these investors, they're playing with the market, taking it in, out, blah, blah, blah. And they're putting it into commodities, gold, silver, and things of that nature. So I feel that's why. But yeah, I was gonna do something then and then I forgot. Yes, this is what I was gonna show. The Bitcoin stock to flow model. So it's like we are clearly here in the red. We are in the red. But like I mentioned in my previous videos, look at the past previous reds. What happens after it? It's red and then it turns to orange. And then off we go, basically. Sorry, a plane is passing. I don't know if the mic's picking that up. But we're in the final stages. It's very, very clear. It's very clear that we are. That's all I can say. We're in the red and we're in the part that it's dipping down. So, will it dip down more? I want to just see. Okay, so this was 2020, and then we dipped in. So, this dip was September 2020, the last dip, and then we moved on up for quarter 4. And that's kind of like what I was saying previously, with this being in December. Where is it? Bitcoin's chart, with this line falling into December. Now I don't know if price will fall back into, it's gone the daily. Hoodie up, Penny. I don't know if price would fall back into the blue parallel line. It's just a possibility. It's just there. But I just found it interesting that this aligns up with the beginning of the December, where it's a full moon during a Mercury retrograde and all of that stuff. And especially with this stock to flow model now, saying this is like the dip was September and then we moved up in quarter 4. When was this one? Oh, oh gosh. Oh, is there something to just go back? Oh, I have no idea what I've done. We'll just leave that alone. It was basically here. I tried to look at the dates. There we go. I can do this. So the last dip was about there. 2016 September. Ooh, this is a theme, people. This last dip where it's the red, it was September. And then again, quarter 4, we're going on up. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. I'll fix this better for the next video. But that is what I'm seeing with Bitcoin. I do feel we are in the final stages, pretty much. The last legs of it. But we'll see. Let's take a look at XRP because I gotta finish this video quickly. I need to sort out my data, you see. That's why I'm trying to do live streams. But I need to figure out, if anyone knows much about StreamYard, I just need to figure out why the sound stopped working. I hope it didn't stop in the middle of me talking. But I heard it at the beginning though, but it wasn't even playing at the beginning, so I don't know. But anyway, XRPG. XRPG, Nahiji. I didn't want that chart. It's a bit messy, so I'm gonna, no, it wasn't Coinbase. Coinbase is terrible. It's crypto. There we go. Oh, so with the crypto.com. So with the monthly, what I was saying is XRP definitely done much better than Bitcoin. Definitely did much better than Bitcoin percentage wise. It wasn't brought down so much. Look at this monthly candle. So that was quite healthy. So in essence, what it's doing now is really good. And I do feel it does show a sign of strength, how much it was brought back up. Because essentially, like the next candle could be an up one out of this parallel channel. This parallel channel, we have been trading in it since inception of XRP pretty much. I've shown this chart before, but as you can see, we started over here at under a penny. Oh, I would have loved to have brought XRP at under a penny. But then obviously we went into it and we were traveling along it. And then we finally broke out, came back in, was our support, and then resistance. And then it finally broke out, of course. And then now we're in it again. And something I wondered, did I have it on the W time frame or the monthly? Something I wondered, you see how we had this little pop up out of it, then we're brought down, indecision candle, we went back into this parallel channel, and then we popped up, we exploded when we had some support from the moving averages. We exploded a lot, like look, high. We went high to the sky. So yeah, we just exploded. We tipped out of it, came back in it, and then exploded. Then we came fully back in it again. We broke out of it. We had this battle here. It's like once it pops its head out, we then had another explosion, and then we have this. So it popped its head out, and then now we traded back in it, and we've been in it. So are we doing like a bigger scale of what's happened here and here as well? Because it's traded in it for much more months than it did here, and of course here. So is it being prepared for a monster move when it's ready? Oh gosh, I didn't show you as well. I'll show you after I finish talking about XRP. I didn't show you from the cup and handle pattern with Bitcoin where it could potentially go to, but it's over 100k. Like we know that 100k Bitcoin is in the cards. But anyway, I did just want to show you that. Let's take a little look on the W time frame. Let's take a little look on the W. So just paying attention to the RSI. It was just a very interesting move. Like XRP is so messy. Like I'm not gonna lie, it really is. What would be nice is to see just get support off here if there is a retracement and then continuation. Hopefully this wasn't the high of the RSI and then it's coming down. We did create a slightly higher high than this zone, so that's good. Yeah, that's good. Bit more optimistic for. Oh, this is the W time frame, anyways. This is a larger scale. And then, of course, with the MACD, we are entering into green territory. So this is interesting. It's like the way how XRP is moved. I wouldn't be surprised if if XRP makes the first move, like on random occasions. It doesn't happen all the time, but it has happened. XRP has been the mover of the market, and then the rest follow. So yeah, just looking at this on the daily. So on the daily, the MACD though, there's the selling pressure is definitely slowing down, which is good. It's slowing down. There could potentially be a little bit more. I think. Oh, sure, it's fine. What was I saying? It's kind of good here that we are getting support of this yellow moving average. So it is showing a bit of signs of strength, especially if we can hold the 50 right here. So that's what I am seeing for XRP. Obviously, it's wanting to find its support, isn't it? It's currently above all the moving averages, which is good. So that is showing a sign of strength. Yeah, that is a good thing, to be honest. So we could get our full moon coming in. I could have just recorded this video tomorrow and then the moon would have been there, but never mind. Mama's busy. So XRP could easily get its support right where it is. I put this white line in because I'll just go back to the W time frame. Don't need the moons. I put this white line in because it is a crucial point. Obviously we traded up to it. It was our resistance. Again, it became our support and so on, and even further back when you go left. So, and what I find interesting is that price came down. It's quite touched off Saturn nicely and then bounced up as support. So that's good. But you can clearly see it here now that we're above the moving averages anyway. And we went a bit lower, but we did come back to this point and we've stayed above it. So that is a good sign, sign of strength for sure. Yeah, sign of strength. I just wanted to show you that. Sometimes it's a bit clearer to see on with just the line chart. But yeah, what I'd like to see, oh, the children are back, I need to finish. What I would like to see is obviously we get in at least, we need to get out of this parallel channel. I feel, close the window. I feel once we're out of this parallel channel above 67, like a nice close above it, then sign of strength, sign of continuation. So let me say thank you. Yeah, the DXY, I'm not gonna lie, you might have to hear me just say shout thank you out the window because I can't pause this. But my neighbour took the children to the park because their family and friends are around. So as you can see, the DXY is just going down. All it is going down and down. I'm just going to shout thank you out the window. Sorry, you're going to hear me shout, but forgive me. Oh, I'm here. Thank you, Montel. Thank you. Wait there. I'm coming. Wait there. Oh, bear with me, people. Someone's at the door. Mommy. Avon. Avon, yeah, she's at the door. Okay, so sorry, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, my neighbour took the children. There's family, there's little cousins around with the neighbours, and then so my children wanted to play, and they all went to the park together. So it was so lovely. Um, yeah. Anyway, the DXY. I'm going to finish very, very quickly. But as you can see, the DXY has just been very, very, very weak. Look how weak the DXY is, and it's just falling. And I was like, by the time this market opens tomorrow, let's take a look at the candle wicks. It's just going to, seems like it's going to continue to fall. So, yeah, just seems weak. We may get a bit of relief. And this is why I feel, even with Bitcoin, it may, though it would be healthy to get back to that zone, like I was saying, it may just hover around there. XRP definitely looks stronger, but I do feel there would be a bit more sideward momentum in the crypto market rather than aggressively down or aggressively up, personally. Um, yeah, but the dollar's definitely going down. So this automatically just may give strength to the crypto market. And do keep in mind, well, when it comes to full moons, where we're at, when it comes to full moons, once price finds its support, you're meant to then, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, but you're meant to long the market, or you enter your positions in dollar cost average, things of that nature. So it's not like, oh, it's finding its support, it's going to stay down forever. No, you're meant to find like, okay, it's found its support, I can now enter, I know what it's doing. So it just needs to make it clear what what it's doing. And with this being weak, um there could be more of the upward momentum in the crypto market. So it will be interesting. I feel we just need to see how it's going to play out. Are we going to get a decent move in August, or are we not? In history, we have had that. So that could be a possibility, especially because the Aquarius energy being an air sign, when I've backdated it for how the market moves on the full moons, I've only done it for XRP though, but Aquarius was one of the highest percentage movers. Once price found its support, it was like 100+%. So I'm keeping that in mind. And like I says, I just wouldn't be surprised as I get ready to show you. Obviously, if this falls down, it's coming to this level. That's basically where it's going. Like all of this crosses, it's just weak, 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 weak. So it's coming to this level. We may get some relief, then a break, retest, and it's going down to the next level. But oh shit, what was I saying now? As I finish off, just to share this point about Bitcoin. Yes, when I said if we're to get like momentum in August, everyone gets excited and then it falls into September, but then it starts to recover going fully into Q4 of the year. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. So, yes. With that being said, people, do make sure you grab the calendar. It's available on Etsy and there's 40% off right now because I'm back. I just thought I'd do a little sale because I've come back when I've not been here for a while. So if you would like the calendar to follow along, look at the beautiful August picture. Support you, girl. If you'd like a birth chart reading, do let me know. Check out XRP and Bitcoins for examples, and Ethereum's is coming soon. Any other ones after Ethereum will only be available on Patreon. I'll have to just put that out there because it takes a long time. Okay, and Patreon is you see, you can learn how to trade on there too. Basic training, basic. But with that being said, I hope you found value of this video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next Crypto Angles podcast. Angel out. Bye.